Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna be showing you how to improve your memory speed. For my test, I am using an old MacBook Pro, the 2009 model. So I'm doing this because I am video blogging and I've noticed that I'm always running out of space. So I'm trying to see what's the best way to store my videos. So let's get straight to it. I'm using a software called Blackmagic Design to test my speed. To start with, we are using a network attached storage that we're connected to via Wi-Fi. Now the Wi-Fi is not directly connected, it's connected through a switch. Our second test is Wi-Fi direct to server, meaning we're eliminating the switch in between. As you can see, the speed has increased drastically to 7 megabits per second. Our next test is a LAN to LAN connection, meaning that you're connected over 100 bits LAN. And as you can see that the speed has increased just a little because we're using two switches in between. So basically it's a few switches in between. Now in this example you will see that we're connected through a 100-bit LAN network, and this is just computer through the LAN to the server on the other side. As you can see, the speed has not reached a lot, it's only around 9. Our next test is through a gig network. So basically now the server is connected directly through a gig network to the laptop. Now in this example we're connected through a straight connection. Straight connection means that there is no switch, it's just computer to computer. And as you can see, there is a just slight increase of speed of around maybe 1 or 2 megabits per second. So we're talking about 55 as opposed to the, or 58, 56. Now of course I'll have to talk about something called a USB 2 versus the USB 3 connection. And the issue is basically if you have a old hardware, then your connection speed will be limited to the connection of the USB 2. As you can see, USB 2 only gives you 35 megabits per second transfer rate, which will mean that it doesn't matter what you're connected to. If the thumb drive is a USB 3, but it will still be an issue. You'll still be limited. To avoid that limitation, you can use something called a USB 3 converter, as the one I'm using, or if your hardware is already compatible with USB 3, then you wouldn't need anything. This is an example of an external spinning disk. Of course, the spinning disks usually have lower transfer rate, but as you can see, this is a hard drive, and we're reaching speeds of about 87 to the read-write. Which is giving us quite a good decent this is the example of a thumb drive that I've actually bought. It's 128 USB 3 certified. As you can see, the speed of the read speed is quite high, but the write speed is quite low. So it's giving me around 60 to 70 write speed. And this read speed is around 133. So it's a give and take situation. This is the example of an external hard drive. It's a solid status hard drive, but as you can see, the speeds are quite drastic. The write speed is around 173 and the read speed is around 191. So as you can see, we're jumping leaps and bounds beyond the normal USBs. This is an example of the internal spinning hard drive, but it's quite old hard drive. As you can see, we're going back to around 50 megabits per write speed and 50 megabits for read speed. This is an example of an internal solid state hard drive, and as you can see, speeds are quite drastic. The write speed is 160, the read speed is basically 250. That's obviously the fastest solution. In conclusion, what I've decided to do is use my internal hard drive to do the day-to-day activities of storing and rendering of files. However, I use my external SSD hard drive to store files that I need on the go, and my external network hard drive connected via LAN to dump the files once I'm done.